Alright, so today's reading Dippit is that reading is a lot easier than you think, and that if you take 20 minutes a day to read, right, every single day, like that's 365 days a year, you could end up reading like so many pages that if a book was 300 pages even, you could end up reading 12 books in 1 year. So isn't that interesting, right? But I've always thought that, like, if you were to, so like, I've heard that the average Canadian, or average adult Canadian, watches 3 to 5 hours of TV a night, and if it takes you 2 minutes to read a page, you could read 75 pages in 2.5 hours. So if you just were to cut down your TV time by half and to read, and you'd read 75 pages a day, you could literally read 1 book a week, right? And you would get like half your TV time in, which I think is great. So I guess that is how I'm going to start off with this week's vlog, that little tidbit, right? But I am officially halfway through Everyone Here is Lying, and I think that because it's about like a child that has gone missing, and I think this book is only going to take place over the course of like 2 or 3 days, and you're getting multiple POVs, and the chapters are quite small, which is like why I think that it's easy to read, or a quick read, because of the fact that it just keeps moving on and on and on with what happens. So there's that. But like the reason I picked this up in the library is because one of my YouTubers, they said it was like great, but like say not overly good. So which I feel like maybe I'm just making things up, but I feel that that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. But we both sorry about that, but we both have like already read None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, so maybe it's just like we're both comparing it to that book. But I like the pacing of this, like how quick it is, and that, yeah, I think it is worth the read. Can't wait to finish it. It'll probably be like Wednesday or Thursday by the time I finish it, but it would be like so great if I was able to return it when I'm at that library on Thursday versus on Saturday. But if that's what it's due on Saturday, but it would just be like cool, right? But yeah, so far it's like somewhere in the middle, probably gonna be a thumbs up. And like if I didn't have to work tonight, I would have had it finished tonight, but it is what it is. Alright, bye! Alright, so today's reading Dippit is that by reading more, you become smarter. Just by reading. Yay! Alright, so in today's news and reading, I have just finished Everyone Here is Lying by Shari Lapina, and literally everyone here is lying, and everybody gets caught up in their lies, and it's all different, and it's just, whew, right? Now, I did pick this up on Saturday, and it's now Monday, and I've read it. It's a really quick read, and I found that the thing that helped me read it so quickly is the fact of the matter that the very short chapters, and that the point of view keeps changing. So it's just like really quick. Very quick to be able to, get everything done. And I'm so happy I can now return it to the library. It's going to be so great, right? So, that being said, now that I finished it, I am thinking that I'm going to get started with my next book of the month book. I do apologize. Which is Dark Corners. She can't see what she fears the most. It's a novel. Because I was like reading the description between this one and What Lies in the Woods, and I think I'm gonna enjoy this one a little bit more. It's a little bit longer as well, and I think it's just about, it's just the dark corners of the internet. Right? And I kind of always liked watching those like videos where it's just the reader, they don't know what's going on. But anyways, yeah. Already finished 1 book this week. right? The hope is to, you know, finish this one. Thumbs up. Alright, already a successful week. Alright? I mean, I'm gonna start this book, but you know, when I go to the library on Thursday, I might find another new release that I might want to pick up and read as well. But hopefully in the next couple days I can read this one enough that I would be able to finish that one as well. But you know, who knows, right? Who really knows? But yeah, thumbs up. Alright, bye. Alright, so like today's reading Dippit is that reading can make our society safer. And it's just because that it can show you worlds and things and consequences that could happen if certain actions can happen. Right? So I guess like one thing I wanted to mention about Everyone Here is Lying by like the last book I read is that excuse me, the acknowledgements of this book was at the front and not the back, which I thought was kind of weird. But I mean, like, it was fun and it suited the book. Like, at first, like, I thought it was just so weird that, like maybe this was, like, you know, like a misprint. But, like, I mean, there's no reason why the acknowledgements has to be, at, like, after the story is completed versus, like, the front of the book. I mean, it was cool that it was there. I just thought that it was weird. And I've never seen that happen before. But it happened, right? But Dark Corners, right? I have read the first couple chapters of it. I think it's good. It is definitely about like a podcaster who's been called in to a prison to see what has happened. So far, so good. I didn't get more than a couple chapters in yesterday, and it's because like I was also kind of browsing through a lot of books through the Kobo app to see what was there. I might be buying some other ones. I'm not too sure yet. It's like, for example, with Goldwing. Everybody's going crazy for that book. I know I like it, and I've like read a few chapters of it. I think I might have it, and I've just forgotten that I have it. But the second one comes out in November. But because like I feel like I'm going to like it so much, I might just buy it on Amazon and pre-order the second one. So that way I don't have to worry about it and that it'll just come. Right? I mean, I do get paid on Friday. So it is something to consider. But like, I don't know. Right? So it's just a book that I will read on my phone, as well as, or through the Kobo app and through the actual book. But it's just like, do I need the physical book? Should I get the physical book? Do I need the physical clutter? I'm not too sure, but it is something I'm thinking about. But maybe I just need to get into it, because at first I thought that that the book was just like very slow, right, to be started off with. But apparently I'm not the only person who thinks that the book's really slow, but it does get better, more fast-paced, right, which is very intriguing. So maybe I just need to read more. Well, you should always read more, right? But anyways, that is just kind of my little rant with books. Dark Corner is really good. I wish I could have like read more of it last night, but I was just tired and my brain was just shutting down, so I don't know. But there's today more chances to read. Alright, bye. Alrighty, today's reading Dippit is that geniuses read faster, right? And that one of the things I've also heard is that highly successful people like read, right? Like they read all the time. And so I don't know, if you want to be more successful, if you want to be smarter, better, and everything like that, I guess it's just read. And I don't know how else to explain it, or just that geniuses read faster. Now, I find that the more I read, the faster I get, but it also depends on how awake or tired I am at the time. It also makes a difference as well, right? And so I did get a little bit of reading done yesterday, not out of like any book in particular. I was just like mainly kind of looking at different books that you can get online in the co-op, and that I've been really looking at, like the book of normal, or the myth of normal, that it's out there. Just, I don't know if I may borrow it from the library. I'm not too sure, but I do think it kind of looks cool, or something worth reading. I don't know. We will have to see. But I think it'd be interesting, right? But you know, Dark Corners is still a good book. But I do work at the library tonight, so we will have to see if I will return my one book, if I will end up getting another one. Probably shouldn't, so I can finish my 2 book of the month books. But tomorrow is super exciting because it is September 1st. I guess I can go on book of the month now and see my September selections and see which one I like. I mean, because I'm really into thrillers, I will probably get another one. But if there's a cutesy one, you know, might get it. But you just need to look. But anyways, that is you know, today's little rant, right? You know, reading is just the way of life. Alright, bye! Alright, so today's reading Dippit is that the 3 most read books are the Bible, quotations from Chairman Mao Tse-tung, and Harry Potter, which I think is, I've never even heard of the quotations book, but you know what, maybe because it is one of the top 3 read books, I should go take a look at it, you know? But anyways, that when I was at the library last night, I ended up picking up The Myth of Normal, Trauma, Illness, and Healing in a Toxic Culture, right? So I do not know, well, usually with these kinds of nonfiction books, I don't actually end up reading it like chapter for chapter, word for word kind of a thing, but I do just kind of more flip through it because not everything in them actually like applies to me or will apply to me. I will find interesting, what have you. I did read the foreword and the first kind of like introduction of the book, right? But I now need to actually start the actual chapters, and so from based on what I understand is that like basically like this, it won't help everybody, and it's not kind of like, you know, like a lot of things, like it's not like a one-all kind of a thing, but it can definitely help people. And what it is just kind of like that, you know, like that what's normal for me is like different from you, and like the normal that I have within like my relationships, like with my husband and my friends and my family, is different from like you, right? So like we're all being tried to be sold like this sense of like normal, which doesn't exist, right? And just that we're always just trying to, you know, like where the culture is like always like you always have to be doing something, spending money when you don't necessarily have to be. And it also like plays on the idea where it's like that mind and body are 2 separate entities when they're not, right? So it's kind of like you can't think yourself like better, right? Like you can't be like, well, like, say if you had like a disease, like you can't be like wishful and hopeful and positive thinking isn't going to like cure your disease, but it can actually make like, but it can more so make it, your time that while you are sick more pleasant. Like, you know, that sickness sucks, but it can, you know, you can either enjoy your time or just, it can just be like awful, like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, you know, you can still function and do things, and I don't know. I need to read more to be able to probably portray myself like a little bit better, which is, you know, great, right? But today is Friday, field trip day, right? I have some appointments this morning, so I'm happy to do that. And, you know, while I'm waiting, I am going to read. But I don't know if I'm not going to bring this book because, you know, it's thick. And, right, but with Dark Corners, I did read another chapter of that, and it's, you know, it's interesting, and I like it. But yesterday, just like last week, well, at least this time it was a glass of water versus like a glass of juice or my energy drink last week, right? But I ended up spilling my glass or my water glass and all over the table, and so some of the pages have now been ruined. Oh my gosh. You know, it's not that big of a deal. It's just, you know, having to clean it up was just like a process. You know what I mean? Right? And so part of like, so like the last page, because like the title pages or like in the book are black, so part of it is like dyed black, which is fine, right? But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so like on the lamp that I got for was it Prime Days, so that way at night I have a little more light when I read, that I had like different like post-it notes. I had like post-it note flags, so that way I could like annotate it, or not annotate, right? What does I want to say? So like that way, you know, I could have like, you know, a tag that said like halfway through the book, the end of the book, like my reading goal kind of marker tracker things, which I usually do, right? A lot of them, right, ended up being destroyed, or just like because I accidentally poured so much water on them, they're no longer sticky. So I had to throw some of them out, which isn't that bad. I'm being you know, very dramatic with it, just, you know, and because, well, so I got a new like I picked up some more flags a couple of weeks ago, and what else is there that, you know, I can actually just go to the dollar store. I think I can afford like $2 or $3 to be able to like get more flags if I need to, but it's kind of like just a little disappointing, I guess, right? That I actually need to go and buy some, or well, I don't, or it's just that I had set some out already, and now I need to go set out some more, I guess. I don't know. That's just kind of like, I just hope that this is not going to be a weekly thing where I need to clean up a spilt glass of water, and that, you know, kind of like a third book in a row will get ruined, right? Oh, but I guess because we are at a long weekend, my goal is to finish my last two book of the month books, and to get into a chunk of this. So this is, I guess, my current TBR, so that way for majority of September, I can actually read something else. I don't know what I'm going to choose. Maybe the Jennifer Warner books, that would make the most sense. Maybe the Stephen King, Billy Summers book. I don't know. Ooh, maybe I should do The Hate You Give and Wonder to mix up the Jennifer Warner books. I don't know. You know, because I'm such a mood reader, you need to have options. Options, options, options. Ideas. I'm, you know, always giving myself ideas. But anyways, ta-da! Alright, that is it for me right now. I need to get ready to get out the door. So, but I hope everybody here has a great rest of the day. And, yeah, I will probably check in with another reading update of Dark Corners. But, till then, enjoy yourselves. Have a great day. Bye! Alright, so today's reading Dippit is at the Biblioteca in Junina in Portugal, has a very unusual way of keeping their books in pristine condition, and is that they keep a swarm of bats in their library, so that way every night when the library is closed, these bats will come and clean the books, or the book-eating insects, so that way the library can stay in pristine condition. I thought that was quite interesting, right? So yesterday, I had a good portion of the day off, and I decided to, you know, use it as an adulting day, or administrative day. And by the end of the day, like, I was just so like, I just ended up doing the dress scroll online and not really doing anything, couldn't focus. But I did do something super cool. I donated blood at blood.ca, or at the blood bank, and I'm O positive, obviously, and I got this like really cool like swag bracelet thought it was amazing, right? So one of the things like I learned, because like all the packaging of this bracelet, was that 39% of Canadians are O positive blood type, and that is the most common blood type, and that it's I guess the universal blood type, I guess. Yeah, right. So it's good that I donate because everybody can use my blood. Yeah. At first, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, like, I wish I was A blood type because the bracelets were teal. But then, because the blood bank, or the colors are like white and red, so now I'm just kind of like, this is cool. I'm cool. So, I don't know why, but I'm wearing it on my wrist because I'm cool like that. Right? I don't know how long I'm going to wear it for, but I wore it all day yesterday, and I plan to wear it all day today. So, go me. Right, and I also had another appointment to clean the house. Didn't do all the cleaning, like I did groceries as well. Didn't do all the necessary cleaning because, like, obviously because I donated plasma, that you can only do, like, you have to take it easy because, like, no heavy lifting. You don't want to, like, bruise your arm or, like, start to bleed again. You know what I mean? So that was that. And I really enjoyed it. And so, everybody should do it. And so everybody should donate if they can. And part of, like, donating was that I ended up, what did I end up doing? I ended up downloading the app on my phone because I never really thought of doing that. And instead, because I always use the website on my computer. And then I realized that, that the app in which I was using, so I used the app. I honestly thought I donated a lot more than what I already have. The app says I've donated 13 times, which is, don't get me wrong, like a good thing. But I thought I was on, like, donation, like, 16 or 17. But apparently not, right? Which is, fine that I can, actually donate. But, like, anyways, I've donated 13 times. Go me, right? Give or take. Right, so which is why I really haven't, didn't really read. I mean, I was productive in other ways. I should have, turned off the TV and read some, but, the desk scroll can be so exhaustingly time-sucking. So I do plan to read today for a majority of the day, and, well, not majority of the day, but majority of the evening, because, I work and volunteer today, so I can't really do anything other than that. Alright, but hopefully, I know I won't be able to finish a book today, but hopefully I can read more about Dark Corners. Oh, and I also already ordered September's Book of the Month Club, and I know, like, we're already, like, September 2nd, but my goal is to finish these 2 books by the end of the week, or, like, Tuesday, maybe at the very latest, because I have all day Monday off, and so between tonight and all the way to Monday, I should be able to get both of them read. Or that is my hope. That is my plan. Well, by Monday, Tuesday at the very latest. But, yeah. I've got reading plans. Right? And so then after I'm done these 2, I am going to choose something from my lovely TBR. Right? I'm not too sure which books I am going to read. But one of them, or these lucky ones, are going to be read. But, yeah. That is it for right now. Hopefully everybody's having a great weekend. Woohoo! Bye! Alrighty. Okay, so I was just volunteering at the bookstore, and as you can see, I have a little book haul, but they're all Lisa Jewell books. Yes, right? I just read none of this is true, and I got 6 more of her books from the library bookstore, and yeah, right. Then she was gone. I started to read on my phone because I found a good copy of that. It was super cheap, but I paid, like, for these 6 books, I paid $3 because I volunteer there and I get a discount. So yes, these bottom 2 are library withdrawals, but somebody had donated these other 4. But I'm pretty sure that these are all the books that she has written. So it's really cool that I have all of them. And this one, I Found You, is super textured. Right, I love it. So I have I Found You, The Third Wife. Really like the cover on that one. Of course, I think this is her most well-known book, and that is Then She Was Gone. Right. Right. Watching You, which I think is going to be super interesting. Right, and then these last two. Oh, we grab those. Oh my gosh. Alright. The Family Remains. And, oops. The Night She Disappeared. Ooh. Alright, so this one is still a little bit sticky. Oh, I can see the sticker residue there. So I do got, you can't really see it on camera, but it's like right there. I'm gonna have to clean that off a little bit more, which I have Gooby Gone, so I can do that. That will, it's a quick fix. Ooh, no, oh my gosh, there's more back here as well. Thank goodness I have that, right? But yeah, I will probably start reading these after I'm done my 2 Book of the Month books, right? Right? Well, I think I'm going to enjoy these a lot like I enjoyed None of This Is True, if they're all written the same. I really like Then She Was Gone, or so much have I read of that. So I'm really excited about it. Yes. Alright, go for working at bookstores. Alright? Anyways, I just wanted to add, this is my book haul. Oh, and I did read a little bit more of Dark Corners. I think the short chapters are going to get me through this book. I'm loving it. Loving it. Alright. I'm going to leave these books out here. Probably going to decorate the table a little bit differently now to add these in, but yes. Awesome. Oh man, such on cloud 9 because I got so many of them and they're all in like new condition. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know. Well, these 2 because they're library withdrawals, right? But like these 4, you wouldn't even know that they were used, right? Or I got them secondhand, which is I love. Best part of secondhand book buying. But I do like my I guess like what I like about Book of the Month service is that I've read so many books that I would never have even like touched before if it wasn't for them. Ooh, and I'm just realizing it's the same publishing company as the Jennifer Werner book. So yeah, I think that's going to be my probably my September and October reads. I already have my November reads, and it's all going to be like a World War II kind of books, right? And for December, it's probably going to be like a little bit of a, I don't know what I'm going to say for November, December, Christmas books. Because I did pick one up last winter, didn't really like it, so I gave it back, and then I bought it again, because I think it was just the timing, and then, just needed a little bit of a break from reading at the time, and now I think I'm going to get back to it this December because I think I'm more receptive to it. But today's book haul. Yes. Alright. Bye. Alright. So, as you can see, I've done some changing, some rearranging, and what it is. So, of course, my current TBR is my Book of the Month club books, The Dark Corners by Megan Goldin, and What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall, right? Plus, what now from going forward, well, because I only have so many credits left, that I will make an effort to read whatever my Book of the Month book happens to be that month, right, that month, because I'm pretty sure What Lies in the Woods is from January, but I've read every other one, right? And, except I didn't get one in March, which is maybe why. But, priorities! Alright, so, as you know from earlier, got all the Lisa Jewell ones. And then I've been wanting to read the Jennifer Werner ones all summer, but I haven't because they're all like summer type of reads. Even though we're in September now, I still want to, it's very nice in the summer still, or in the fall. I don't really consider it to be fall until like Thanksgiving, even though technically the last day of summer is like September 20th or something like that. But right then in the middle, it's kind of like my current TBR or September's TBR. Now, what you see in front of you, except for the Book of the Month books, are every single book that, or all the books I've gotten from the library that have, or the library of withdrawal books. You know what I mean? So they have the stamps and everything on them, or books that I know that as soon as I read them, I want to get rid of them, right? Or donate them to the mini library. So, well, I guess I do have other books that I want to give to the mini library, but I think going forward that I'm going to try my best not to get any library withdrawal books, or strongly consider it, because I honestly do not want to have a library withdrawal book as a keepsake book. You know what I mean? All right. But so in September, other than the Lisa Jewell books and the Jennifer Warner books, I have going to try again for Billy Summers by Stephen King, The Secret Keeper of Jaipur by Alec Josai. But from my research, apparently this is the second book. I don't think you have to read the first one to get it, but if I do, I'm just going to DNF it. But I'm going to try it, right? The Hate You Give, Wonder by R.J. Pellicacco, or I guess that I should say, who wrote The Hate You Give? Angie Thomas. Sorry. The Little Bookshop by Rebecca Raisin, and All My Puny Sorrows by Miriam Tubers. I'm really excited about that one because I loved the movie, need to watch it again, but I'm not allowing myself to watch the movie again until I read the book. If that makes sense. I've tried reading that earlier in the year, but I don't think I was too perceptive with it, but that's okay, right? So, beautiful setup of books, right, with my current TBR. All right. And as you guys know, I have a bookshelf over here with kind of my long, so I guess this is my short-term TBR, and I have my long-term TBR over here. Give you guys a tour of it. See if I can do that. So, as you can see, I got Ready Player 2 in hardback and a book written by Carrie Fisher. And if we go over here, we got Ready Player 1, as well as Postcards from The Edge, another Carrie Fisher book. But I would say 99% of these books were picked up at the store I volunteer at and are the books I want to be reading next, right? A lot of these really great titles. I am really excited that I got the Wrinkle in Time series, right? So, and yeah. And then, okay, so this is it. Oh, and I guess I have one book, Enemy at the Gates. I'm actually going to donate this one. The main reason why I'm donating this one, or getting rid of it, is because of the fact of the matter that because I have access to so many good books and have them because of the bookstore, I feel like I got this one because I should have this book. It should be great to read, right? Have had it for so long, or actually probably not even that long, no longer interested in reading it, right? I actually forgot that I actually even had it, so, that means I should get rid of it. What does that tell you? So, and how I'm such a privileged person, but then to be in this position where I have such a great access to books and, being able to volunteer and all these books, I'm telling you, are a couple of dollars. You should go to your local bookstore, kind of in that they're always cheaper at your library bookstores, and this was $1 or $2 max, and it looks brand spanking new. You would never know that this is secondhand, right? Come on. Can't say more than support your local bookstores. They say shop small, not mall, right? So that being said, this is awesome, right? And so yeah, this will be my next book that goes to the mini libraries. Yeah, right. So there's got a book haul, current TBR, future TBR, plus some other books I want to be reading, all sectioned off perfectly, and an unhaul. So, at the end of the day, all is well, all is good. Phew, right? It is just, man, I need to like go sit in front of the fan now because, you know, playing with your books and reorganizing, it does get warm. But anyways, so I'm going to call it there for right now. I'll let you in more on a reading update with Dark Corners later on. Alright? Awesome sauce. Catch y'all later. Bye. Alright, good morning. Alright, so today's reading Dippit is that the country that reads the most is India, and the average person there ends up reading for 10.7 hours a day, which I thought was ridiculous, right? But with an update with Dark Corners, I now have read just over halfway through the book. It is super good, and you know, it's just like, it's about, you know, she's a blogger or like a podcaster who's investigating or helping to investigate a murder in jail. Is about to get out, and so she thinks that she's going to get something's going to happen. So there's that. And yeah, right? So, funny story. Last night, I spilled another glass of water. Well, another, right? But luckily, no books were damaged in this glass dipping. But the pages in Dark Corners are really kind of, the beginning of the book are quite crisp. Right? Because that is where it landed. But yeah. This is where I'm going to end this week's vlog. Alright, I will probably finish Dark Corners today, but that will be in next week's vlog. But yeah, thumbs up from over here. Right, so far so good. And I never even knew that I was gonna like thrillers. Right, like mystery thrillers. It's definitely been the summer of that. Oh my gosh. Alright, see you guys all next week. Bye.